that I'm fighting against Gypsy Rose. I'm fighting for the autistic community to finally be heard. And it's sad that since I've been speaking up against Gypsy Rose, I've been contacted by several autistic people thanking me for it and saying that they've been reaching out to people in the community looking for others to help them find a voice, to help them express how they see the world, or to comment on your posts and things, and they just feel like they're not being heard. The autistic community is speaking, and they want to be heard. They're reaching out to me in emails, telling me that they've been trying for days and weeks and months and years to be heard, but nobody is listening it. Please, take the time to listen. And there's a wonderful autistic gentleman, I've been using him a lot lately for a voice for Nicholas. His name is Orion Kelly, and he's on YouTube. There's also a young woman named Kaylin Partlow. She's a therapist and does ABA training, and she's written a book. These people will tell you different triggers and things that set off autistic people. They'll also tell you about meltdowns, overloads, shutting down, stimming, masking, all the things that you see in Nicholas Go to John's videos, you can find the answers for in their videos. If you're brave of heart and have kind of a morbid sense of humor, and I say morbid sense of humor because it's not what he says, it's the way he says it, check out the Autistic Reporter on The Onion. He is blunt, straight, and straightforward. But please, if you are sensitive, do not go there, because he has no filter. But you'll see how when an autistic adult is like, unmasked, unfiltered, you'll see. Well, he's masking because he's not fidgeting and stuff, but you'll see. You get a real good insight of what it's like to be autistic just by watching him. And then there are lots of others out there. Go watch the TED Talks with Ethan Lisi at LISI, and he tells what it's really like to be autistic, and he gives you an idea of what society sees as autistic and what it's like to be autistic. You know, the stereotypes that the community sets up for the autistic community and expects them to hold, and the stress that it puts on the autistic community as a whole to try to live up to these stereotypes, trying to figure out what the stereotype is, how to fit into that role, and how to be that without losing sight of themselves and without melting down and without... They just have so much pressure, and this is a terrible case, and I really don't want to combine the Gypsy Rose and Nicholas Go to John in with Orion Kelly and Kaylin Partlow or the Autistic Reporter, but I don't know another way to get the autistic people's message out there and have them heard from themselves than to use the fame that Gypsy Rose has made for herself and Nicholas Go to John to say, hey, look, stop. This is what autism is like. We need to be paying attention to this because it's hurting the kids in our community. Autistic kids are shot and killed daily just because somebody doesn't understand their flapping or mistakes their flapping or their jumping up and down or their behaviors or mannerisms as something to be afraid of when it's not. It's the autistic person feeling uncomfortable and afraid in the situation that they're in. And by you approaching them in fear, you're just escalating the situation, making it more dangerous for both of you. So understanding the autistic community is crucial for police, and police stations have now started doing that. And please look into Nicholas Go to John's interrogation. I believe that his Miranda rights were not legal. He did not have a support person in there. He was not read his rights and had him recite them back to understood that he understood. You know, like, what do you think that means? What does this mean to you? Can you explain what I've read to you in your own words? They didn't do that with him, so there's clear understanding that he knows what's going on. He was in a high-stress situation. He was masking, and you could tell that he really didn't know what was going on. So I think Nicholas Go to John's Miranda rights were violated, and I feel that his arrest was illegal. And I feel like this is something that you'll see more and more all over the place. Look up Miranda rights and autism, and you'll see that it's a constant thing that happens daily, that Miranda rights are violated because autistic people don't know how to speak up for themselves. They speak because they're trying to be truthful and stuff, but they don't know that they have the right not to speak. Them having the right not to speak doesn't mean don't speak because you might say something to incriminate yourself. That means you can talk if you want or you don't have to talk as you want. So it's all in interpretation. Please, 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 the autistic community is reaching out. They're speaking up. Somebody listen, please help them spread their own words. Help them be heard. Please help me help them. Just a note on why I can't fight harder. I have a neurological condition. I'm getting ready to see if I have to have a shunt put in because I have high brain pressure and a lot of fluid on my brain. And if you can see from the side of my face, and my neck isn't the same, I'm also going to be checked for lymphoma.